said it was going to be fast and furious and amazing content. In that little amount of time, I got 5 pages of notes. The whole part of this about being able to learn from anybody, he goes back and he talks about influence. And as we know, John Maxwell said before, leadership is influence, pretty much all it is. But then Global Leadership Summit takes it a step further with that statement and says, everyone has influence, therefore everyone is a leader. So I want you guys to think about that for a second. If you're a mother, if you're a father, you're leading kids. If you're at work, you're leading coworkers. In your church, you're leading the person that's next to you based on the decisions, the habits, and the actions that you take. So the influence that you have to ask yourself, are you influencing people for the good? Are you adding to, or are you influencing for the worst? Are you drawing bad out of people? Are you leaving them worse than you met them? He says, as leaders, we need to have an abundance of humility. And that's such a huge thing. At It Works, we've talked about it a lot, being shumble. We're showy, but we're humble. We want to show you what's possible and what's available. But at the same time, obviously, it's not of our own accord. That's why we talk about being help-made millionaires, because of the fact that nobody is self-made. Somebody was made by the decisions that somebody else made coming before them. The only reason why you have the opportunity that you have is because you were blessed to be born into this country and to have the freedoms that you have that somebody else paid for. So as leaders, we have to lead with humility. And the thing is that with that comes the ability to learn. And when you're learning, you need to make sure that you're learning from everybody and anyone. And they said the best places to learn are the people that you have nothing in common with. It's one of those things where if you're listening to the same people that have the same thoughts as you're not learning anything new, you're not having any new good ideas, you are going down the same path over and over again. And just like Chad was saying, if you are a tree and you're planted in your thoughts and in the things that you learn, you will stay in that spot forever. That's why learning different opinions, different things about what's going on around you can open up your mind and open you to different paths to go down. You can learn from anyone. So make sure that when you are with people, you are listening, learning, and understanding. So it's one of those things that when you're with somebody and you have a difference of opinion, ask them why they believe what they believe. One of the things I was listening to this morning, if you get a chance, just came out, was Ed Milet's new interview, and it's with Jeff Foxworthy. And Jeff Foxworthy said that, there's about 10,000 things that he was sure about in his 20s that he's completely changed his mind about now that he's in his 60s. It's one of those things where, I know that the older I get, the less that I know, but the things that I do know, I'm more certain of. So are you stuck looking at old things in your life that no longer serve you and you're causing them to hold you back? So those things that you were certain about, if they are holding you back, maybe it's time to take a look and see if there's something different. Are you stuck in the grief of what you thought was your normal or what you thought was going to be your plan, and you're not moving forward because we're in a new time and a new era? Change is great if you are willing to change. Change is painful when you're stuck in the things that you thought were supposed to be that are no longer the truth. He said, don't put a period in your life where God meant you to have a comma. So many people get stuck with where they're at because they think that it's final, but God didn't mean for it to be final. He meant for it to be a comma and for you to stop, think, learn, and move forward and apply it into your future. Stop believing the lie that your best days are behind you. That doesn't matter if you're 20, if you're 50, if you're 75. If you look at John Maxwell is in his 74th year, and he still believes that his best days are ahead of him. That means Chad and I still have a combined 30 years to get to where he's at, to where we can get to our best days are still ahead of us. I mean, that's incredible to have that kind of belief in what you're doing and what's going to be possible in the future. So if you still have breath in your lungs, your best days are ahead of you. Your game is not over because this king still has moves. I love that concept of, checkmate and the game being over. But if the king still has a move, the game's not over. And we know that the king that we serve has all the moves. So lead courageous through your comma. Go out and do amazing things this week. Share this with somebody who you think could possibly learn from it and get them through their period to a comma and help them push forward into a new world. Guys, go out, make it an amazing day. I hope your week is as amazing as you are. We'll see you again soon.